brought to you in part by Frenchman Hills Winery, a distinctive taste for all occasions.
Complement the best evening with the best wine. Red wine selections from Frenchman Hills Winery. Estate-grown grapes exclusively from Sentinel Gap Vineyards are expertly handcrafted into Merlot, Cabernet Sauvignon, Syrah, and a red wine blend, yielding a truly superb and elegant wine. Look for Frenchman Hills Wine in upscale restaurants and other destinations. Frenchman Hills Wine, a distinctive taste for all occasions.
Hello, I'm Brenda Roberts with KQUP, and I'm going to bring you a better awareness of the Spokane County United Way. And with me is Jean Appendale, Assistant Vice President of Resource Development for the Spokane County United Way. Jean, so nice of you to share some time.
Thank you very much.
What do you like best about working for the United Way? Surely it isn't the pay.
It's not the pay, it's an opportunity to give back to the community. And also to see the end results of our work. And I get to see that on a daily basis, and unfortunately the public doesn't get to see that.
Now, is the Spokane County United Way a part of the greater United Way of America?
It is in general, because we have decided, the Board of Directors has decided to be a member of United Way of America. But we do not answer to United Way of America in general terms. We have an autonomous organization. Spokane County United Way is an autonomous organization, and we answer to a local board of directors, all of which are non-paid members of that board who give back to the community by serving in that capacity.
Now, and I have seen and met quite a few of the people that work for the local agencies.
Mm-hmm.
And once again, they are so full of compassion and joy like yourself.
Well, thank you.
What they do, it's really not about the money, but the money that is raised stays in our community, doesn't it?
It does, every penny. Every penny, and I think these organizations do a tremendous job with a little bit of money. An opportunity to make a change in our community by serving the community, and that's what they do. They, like most nonprofits, it's not a high-paying job, but you get a lot of, you get a great feeling by giving back to the community, and that's what they do. They're awesome, every single one of them.
I think the Salvation Army and the Red Cross are the best known local agencies.
Mm-hmm.
However, give me a few names of maybe the least known so that people can become aware of them.
There are lots of organizations that the public is aware of, Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, Campfire Girls, etc. But there are many, like Daybreak of Spokane, Excelsior Youth Center, that don't get a lot of publicity. They don't do their own fundraising, as an example. They don't have the staff to be able to do that. And so that's what we do for them. But these are organizations that are taking care of immediate needs and specific needs in our community. And they don't get a lot of press, but they do a tremendous job for our county. So.
I know that in most cases people can pledge and give, weekly contributions or monthly through their company.
Mm-hmm.
Other ways are just, mail in a contribution. They can designate to any of these local agencies?
Not only that, but we have what's known as an open campaign. You can not only give to our specific organizations in the community, but we are very community-minded, and we do a lot of collaborative efforts with other nonprofits in our community. So you can give to any nonprofit agency that's a 501c3 in our community. And all dollars that are raised in this community stay in this community. Unlike some national nonprofit organizations where the dollars go elsewhere and then come back, may come back to our community. Here in Spokane County United Way, all the dollars that are raised here stay in this area unless specifically designated by the donor to go elsewhere.
Now, how about age groups for volunteering? I understand even youth can volunteer for some of the agencies through the United Way.
Actually, they can. We have a volunteer center and a volunteer database that anyone that would like to volunteer for any nonprofit in our community, and it doesn't have to be a United Way particular agency. We have that database available. It's a service to the community that we give, that we will match a volunteer to a specific need in a nonprofit. And we have age groups. We actually can start at age 11 and above. So there's opportunities for youth to be able to volunteer as well and to give back to the community. But that database, we will match, in fact, match a volunteer, whatever their particular time frame that they have to donate or whatever can be matched to a nonprofit. So it's efficient and effective use of their time, and the nonprofits as well.
Now, and that goes for adults as well, right? Some of
That
the
is
retired
correct.
folks are great mentors, aren't they?
They absolutely are. As a matter of fact, obviously the largest number of the volunteers are in fact those that retire. They have more time, obviously, to be able to do that. But it doesn't make any difference what your niche in life happens to be. If you want to volunteer, we can match those resources together.
We wanted to bring some of the group together in closing, but I want to thank you for your time
Thank you.
and what you do for the United Way.
Well, I appreciate the opportunity.
We'd like to queue up Spokane and help you find ways that you can give and give a helping hand to your community, because you never know when that circle's going to come back to you. Do it gracefully, both the giving and the receiving. Hello, I'm Brenda Roberts. October is the awareness month for domestic violence to help stop the violence in families. And on October 3rd in Spokane, there was an evening march, a vigil, so to speak, against domestic violence with some survivors and others that were there in memory. And with me is Sandy Thompson-Royer, Faith and Partners activist and helper to organize this march. So we're going to talk about that, and you're going to see some of the march as we talk. Sandy, so nice to have a chance to follow up with you.
Well, thanks for the opportunity to be here.
Explain about Faith and Partners, who helped sponsor and organize this march.
Okay. Faith Partners Working Against Family Violence began about a year ago with a group of pastors and people of all different faiths coming together to say to the community that we are working with you and walking with you. Some of the partners are also survivors and women who've been involved in congregations that have had sometimes a positive response and a helpful response and sometimes not. So we have been working in collaboration with the YWCA, Jewish Family Services, Seventh-day Adventists, the regional office here with Mabel Dunbar, and other clergy in the community. And our goal is, one primary goal is to educate leaders in the faith community so that they can be available to the advocates at the Y as other counselors and support for women who would like to talk to somebody around a faith response, because when you have been a victim, oftentimes that is a huge part of it.
That is very traumatizing, and
Yes,
you know, at all
yes,
levels.
yes.
Your personal, emotional, or spiritual level too,
Yes,
whatever
that's
level
right.
you're. I want to have you explain some of the people that as we speak about them, we will be showing some of the footage of the
Okay.
march itself and the organized group that started off at the YWCA. And I know
Okay.
that the march then went down to City Hall
Right?
and explained then, I believe, a councilwoman then gave a little
Okay.
talk there.
Okay.
So who, I know Monica Walters.
Who's the
started
director
off.
of the YWCA. So
Mhm.
she directs all of the programs that the Y has.
We'll have a chance to speak more with her
Right.
about the Y and its programs. But as far as the other speakers, I know then yourself, you gave your little intro about,
Right.
you know, why they were there.
Yes? Do you want me to talk more about that? or-
Yes, or
Okay.
talk about
Well,
the guitarist and
Okay,
Betty.
okay.
Yes.
Really, one of our goals was for the community to see visibly that it takes all of us working together. So we started at the Y, because the Y is who serves battered women. They have the shelter in the community. They do legal, medical advocacy. And then we